Hi, Mark. Here, Wednesday, April the 8th, 7:50 a.m. Eastern, 11:50 a.m. GMT. US session about to get underway, and certainly a lot to look at and cover this morning. Going back to last night it was around 6 p.m. Eastern when the US session came to an end, and it's only 2 hours until Trump's deadline for attacking Iran. The peace settlement in terms of a ceasefire and Iran agreeing to open the Straits of Hormuz, certainly welcomed by the markets. And have a look how the markets reacted to that positive news. US dollar index closed at 99.43 and reopened this morning for today's trading at 98.72 and continuing to be sold off. So from risk off to risk on, US dollar being sold, equities being bought. Let's have a look at the chart here on the index. I've got resistance at 98.86. I've got support at 98.43. The support level you can see from back here in beginning of March. We'll see if sellers can extend and push below this support level, or we're going to see a turnaround after a very strong move lower and then this overnight gap down to start. Buyers may well step in during the US session and look to bounce up off this level, or as I said, a continuation of the sell-off, but we're trading way lower than we closed last night, and we'll watch and see how that plays out during the US session. The sell-off continued through the Asian and European session until now. Let's have a look at the S&P. We're looking at the futures market. Good hour and a half till Wall Street opens up, but have a look at the massive gap up and the risk on theme, which now takes over following the peace settlement. Closed yesterday at 6,645, and the rally came towards the end of the US session after being down for most of the session, and then the gap high in the futures market from this close to reopening at 6,800 and continuing demand for US equities going into the US session now. And I've got resistance at 6,843. Let's have a look at gold. Also had been showing a lot of resilience and had come back strongly since the sell-off in end of March, beginning of April. We saw gold climb back steadily through yesterday as well. And then following the announcement at about 4 p.m., between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern yesterday, gold got a further push up to close at 4,700 and then reopened 4,800. Being sold off a little bit this morning. I've got support at 4,774. I've got resistance at 4,857. So it's a lot higher than it was yesterday when it was still looking to trade around that 4,700, a good 150 pips higher right now in that area. If I scroll out a little, you'll see the big jump up. Definitely gold's safe haven status. US dollars weakness, all contributing to gold's strong rally. 4,900, 5,000 will certainly be the levels that buyers are looking at on the upside. The big mover, main recipient of the peace settlement, clearly was oil, came down a long way. Over $15 was the jump higher, had been trading the whole day around that 109 level, and then came down strongly all the way down to 103 immediately on hearing the good news and the settlement being reached, and then a big gap lower down to $92 and now sitting around that $92, $93. I've got support at 91.49. I've got resistance at 96.46, trading comfortably and well below, almost $10 below that 100 level. Long way to go. We'll see how things play out. Will it continue to be sold off oil, or will you see buyers step in at some point? And of course, once the negotiations, as I say, have been accepted, the initial proposal has been accepted by both sides. Talks are starting to are scheduled to take place starting Friday in Islamabad in Pakistan, where I'm sure the markets will remain volatile because a lot of details, and the details are certainly integral to the settlement being kept and being stuck to by both parties, and that'll start on Friday. But for now, come down a long way, all the way down to that 91 support, and we'll see how that plays out today. Let's have a look at Bitcoin. Strong day yesterday from Bitcoin and significantly closing above that 70,000 level, 71.8. Hanging around that level today. Buyers on the front foot, uptrend looking good. It's been a succession of higher highs the whole way. You can see that. We'll see if buyers now get to test this 72,000 and perhaps higher. A lot of room on the upside, of course, or if sellers do step in and want to bring it back below this 71, back to below 70,000. But certainly Bitcoin over the past few days, we're seeing demand for Bitcoin, and possibly this is the break we've been waiting for and may move out of this sideways area, sideways range, and get back above the 75, 76 level on the upside. Let's see how that plays out today. So definitely a lot to absorb. Big gaps higher, lower to start today's trading. US dollar being sold off. During the conflict, it was risk off. The safety of US dollar as a safe haven, providing liquidity, certainly was number one choice for investors. Turnaround from risk off to risk on, so US dollar being sold, and the demand for equities. And in futures trading, we've seen the S&P, the same things happening in the Dow and certainly in NASDAQ, all gapped a lot higher to start. We'll see how that plays out now in the US session and when Wall Street opens up. Gold definitely enjoying the benefits of the of the new peace settlement and trading higher, and 4,800, and also benefiting from US dollar being sold off. Oil, the big mover, from 100, roughly that 110 level where oil had been trading comfortably, now a lot lower. The first drop was from around 110 to around 103, and now another $10 lower and trading around that 91, 92 support level for now. Bitcoin having a nice run. We'll see if that can continue today. Lots of trading opportunities, good trading, and I'll see you at the end of day.